This morning on Al's Book Club for Kids, Nancy Drew by Carolyn Keene and The Hardy Boys by Franklin W. Dixon. For more than 4 generations, these 2 classic mystery series have captured the imaginations of budding detectives all around the world. Jennifer Fisher is an expert on both books. She's here along with our Al's Book Club kids, Ian Goldstein, Danielle Delroy Brockett, Danielle Azalina, Spencer Wong, Treasure Melvin, and Tatiana Perry. Good to see you guys. And Jennifer, thanks for being here.
Yes, thanks for having me.
So here we are. Nancy Drew is celebrating her 80th anniversary. The Hardy Boys have been entertaining boys and girls alike for generations. Why are these books still so popular?
I think they're so popular because these characters were so fun. They were adventurous. They were bold. Nancy Drew, she was so independent and spunky and adventurous.
Especially when girls weren't generally thought to be doing that.
Oh, yes, definitely ahead of her time, especially back in the 30s. And good role models. She was always wanting to help others sort of right wrongs. And I think that message resonates.
And the Hardy Boys, same thing for a lot of guys. You know,
Yes.
the idea, being able to drive a coupe and all this.
Oh, yeah, motorcycle, run out in the night, chase villains, and save the day. And it's just great fun for kids and inspiring.
And the authors, we said, Carolyn Keene and Franklin W. Dixon, those are basically pseudonyms for all these authors that would write the books.
Yes, they were. They were different authors over the years. They kept the same pen names just to keep a continuity over the years.
And what's the difference between the two? Or is there a big difference, other than that one has 2 boys at the lead and the other has a girl?
Well, the main difference between Nancy and the Hardys was she wasn't in school and she was motherless. She didn't have her mother. So she had to rely on her own, self and her father. And the Hardy Boys, they had their mother, their aunt.
Right. All right, well, let's get some questions from our Kids Club.
Okay.
Ian, what would you like to know?
How do you think both books have changed over time since they were first written?
Well, they have modernized over the years. They update clothing, technology. I mean, currently they use cell phones, and of course they didn't back then. But they still have the same values and the same great classic foundation that's carried with all the different stories over the years.
Delroy, did you like reading them?
Yep.
Yeah. What's your question?
Well, my question for the Tower Treasure by the Hardy Boys, why was the car named Queen in the first chapter of the book?
I think that Chet just liked to name his car Queen. It was just his favorite car, and so that's what he chose for it.
Danielle, did you enjoy reading it?
Yes.
Which one did you like better, Hardy Boys or Nancy Drew?
I can't say. They're both really good, but I was wondering, since the Nancy Drew series was really good, I was wondering which book sold the most copies.
Which book sold the most copies? I know that Old Clock and Hidden Staircase, those are the first 2 books. They've always been really good sellers and really popular with kids over the years. In fact, they even made a Nancy Drew computer game from Her Interactive based on the Old Clock book. It's been so popular.
I'm going to have to play that game.
Yeah,
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Spencer, how'd you enjoy reading it?
I really liked both.
Did you?
Yeah.
Would you read more?
Yeah, I would.
That's good.
What's your
Good.
question?
I was wondering, in the series, do they ever meet each other, the Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew?
They eventually do. Back in the 80s, they had a crossover where they solved mysteries together. And they were on TV together in the 70s,
That's right.
too.
That's right.
Yes.
So, Tatiana?
Treasure.
Treasure. I'm sorry. I'm looking at Tatiana. I'm thinking Treasure. Treasure.
My question is for The Secret and Old Clock. What does Nancy symbolize?
What does she symbolize?
Yep.
Well, I think she symbolizes independence and using your wits to get yourself out of situations and relying on yourself. Good, strong reliance on yourself.
And Tatiana, what's your question?
Why do you think it was called The Secret of the Old Clock instead of like a bookcase or something?
Well, because of the clock, it was like the central clue in the mystery that Nancy was searching for. So you had to find the clue to the will, so the clock was like the big clue for her.
And in fact, the Nancy Drew movie was pretty popular recently. Do you think you'll see more of those?
I would love to see more of them. I got to consult on that movie, and so it was a lot of fun to visit the set and see it all come to life.
Now we need a Hardy Boys movie.
Reportedly Tom Cruise and Ben Stiller are thinking of putting together a kind of where they're older and get together and solve an old mystery.
Cool.
So it could happen.
All right, Jennifer Fisher and our Al's Book Club for Kids, thanks so much.
Yes,
Again, the
thank
books
you.
again, Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys. Time now to reveal the next month's book, 100 Cupboards by N.D. Wilson. This fantasy adventure takes us on a wild ride into other worlds. So we'll see you next month on our book club.